a long trip back from Ukraine. Now you've had a night to sleep on it. Any further reflections on the performance against Zorya?
No, it was obviously a disappointing one to lose, but for us, we knew the game, but we had qualified, and it was always going to be a game where we could bring some of our players that had been out for a little period of time, look at one or two things in the game, and like I say, overall, I didn't think we deserved to lose it, but so like I say, we still top the group. We have a chance to finish top next week, and that's something that we'll look to do. And now we move on to our next challenge.
And how is Caglar Soyuncu?
Well, not as bad as first feared. I think that he's a little bit of fright on the pitch, because the pitch was very, very slippery, obviously with the conditions and everything else, and he had felt a slight pull up when he was sprinting, but he's had a scan, so we'll just look at that this afternoon. He feels fine in himself. He's done some tests and feels okay, but we'll just need to gauge that over the next 24 hours.
And Wes Morgan came off as well with a back problem. Any idea how serious that might be?
No, well, for Wes, it's just been an ongoing issue he's had. He's had it over the last numbers of years, but of course, as you get that little bit older and everything else, it tends to stiffen up that bit quicker. So, but yeah, he just needs those few days rest and recovery, and and then we'll take a look at that.
And you also welcomed Wilfred and Didi, Ricardo Pereira back last night. Just how big a boost is that? We know what massive players they are for Leicester City. Yeah, very important. And Wilf's come through it fine. He didn't look as if he'd been away, in all honesty. His physicality is very important for our team, and so it was good for him to get 55 minutes. Ricky just had a slight issue. He was due to play about 75. We brought him off at half time. I think very early on in the game he's went to push off, and he may have just had a slight strain in his groin area. So because the pitch was, as I said, it was very slippy. So but we just need to assess that. We're waiting on the scan for that, and but nothing too serious, because he played on for the remainder of the half. Would the plan be not to risk him then this weekend for Sheffield United?
Yeah. If it's minor, then obviously, of course, he's been out such a long time. He's been progressing really, really well. He's ahead of schedule. He's been training with the team for a number of weeks now. He's played an under-23 game. This was the next step for him, and like I said, we don't want to rush that if there's no need.
And in terms of team news, any other injury or COVID concerns ahead of this one against Sheffield United?
No, nothing. Timothy Castagne still not ready for this weekend. Really good news. Daniel Amarte has come back in, trained with the team today, which is great news for us, because he had worked so hard to come back from a long injury, and then he was outstanding in his games, and unfortunately got injured in the West Ham game. So he's come back really well, looks strong in training, and we'll hopefully build him up over the next few weeks as well.
It's been a relentless schedule, as we know. I'm not sure how much time there is to reflect at the moment, but do you sense that desire from the players to put things right after a few results, at least, which haven't gone your way? Yeah,
I think that was always the expectancy for this season. You know, there was going to be challenges that we would have to overcome. You know, that increased level of travel and games was always going to be a real, stretch for us, in particular with the squad that we have. And then obviously if you account the injuries then within that. But the players have been outstanding in how they've coped. We're disappointed with some of the results we've had of late, but we're not too disappointed. Like, at the same time, and we've started the season really well. We never get too carried away. So it's going to be a season where consistency is going to be important. We understand the challenges of the season, and we just got to get back to playing how we've been, which was really aggressive, and playing to a real high level technically. And if we can do that, then we'll get results. So yeah, it's not something that concerns me, but something, of course, that we want to put right as quick as we can.